What's poppin', all stars? Welcome back to my channel. It's Damn She Jamaican, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Venus in Virgo. Okay, so Venus in Virgo. Venus falls in Virgo. So this is a very uncomfortable place for Venus to be, but nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the energies of this placement. So what is Venus? First of all, Venus is our love nature. Venus rules beauty, value, appreciation, pleasure, and everything that brings us a sense of comfortability and things that we like to indulge in. That's what Venus brings. Now, Virgo is also a mutable earth sign. Now, putting these two together, Venus and Virgo, basically what you're gonna get is a person that likes to look at the details of everything. They like to be very organized. They like to have a healthy routine. These are the type of people that like to get up every day at a certain time, schedule out their day, and really make sure their life is in order. These people also have a love for working on themselves and working on something like a skill that they have. You know, they like to be very critical to themselves and others, people that's in their life that they consider as loved ones. So these people are very critical people, and it's because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and so these people, and it's also an earth sign, so to a certain degree, like, these people are very analytical and they like to really pay attention to everything that's going on around them. And so with the people that they care about, they like to give constructive criticism, even if it's not asked for or anything like that, because that's just their way of giving love. Now, Venus in Virgo, since it falls here, these people, it can be very hard for them to feel love sometimes. Sometimes they feel like if their own specific way that they come up with the love in their head, if another person can't really give that to them, if they don't see another person as far as relationships or even family members, you know, any sort of relationship, if you don't give them the love that they feel like the way love is supposed to express in their own mind, then they're kind of just like, they don't really want it, and they kind of shut down from love. So it's like learning to pull from your opposite sign, which is Pisces, and know how to love more unconditionally and not so like structured and being so analytical about, you know, how love should be and what a person's doing right or wrong, because not everyone's perfect, and you're never really gonna find someone in a relationship where you can like keep critiquing them until they become perfect in a way. Like, I feel like Venus and Virgo people do that a lot. Like, they try to work on their partners, like they try to build them up to be a certain image, and that's kind of toxic, because you're supposed to learn how to love people for who they are. Now, also having your Venus in Virgo, you are a person that likes to teach in some way, shape, or form. You may like to teach what you know, or say you're very good at something, like anything that's like Mercurian, like anything that's very analytical. Maybe you're good with computers, editing, anything with the body. Maybe you're a good dancer, good yoga instructor, you know, good pole dancer. Like anybody that does anything with their hands or their body, these people could be teachers of that. They could teach you how to evolve in a very practical way. Like, these people give you skills that you can use. You know, they just the way they say things and just the way they look at you and see what you're doing. They'll know like exactly what you're doing, that like they can see what you're doing that you may need help with, because Virgos really pay attention to details, and it's like it's just in their nature, and it's something that they actually love to do. And you know, for regular Venus placement, this may be a little bit uncomfortable because it does fall here, so their love nature is a bit uncomfortable. But to them, they have learned throughout their lives how to work with this nature of them being so critical. But for the most part, these people, whenever they're analyzing something or just giving advice or being a teacher or just helping, they do it from a place of love, and they do it from a place of going within their own selves and defining their own love. So they give to you what they view as perfection and as good constructive criticism. Now, upon teaching, that falls under the same category as serving. So these people like to serve, they like to give, what they have, and they like to teach, they like to be helpful. Venus and Virgo people make very great partners and very helpful friends. If you ever need something, if you ever just need someone to just talk to, these are the type of people that aren't gonna shadow anything. They're just gonna be upfront and be real with you and tell you like what is it that you need to know and what you need to hear that you probably don't want to hear. Like there's other people in your life that may gas you up and tell you what you want to hear. This is not that type of a sign. Like these people, and that's where this whole notion of it falling in Venus, because Venus being the fallen sign of Venus, because Venus just likes to sometimes be passive and just give and just be abundant in a certain way, and it falling here kind of puts a restriction on that love nature. So it's not gonna just tell you something just for you to feel good. It's gonna tell you what you need, and in the long run then you'll probably feel good about it. But for the most part, Venus and Virgo people, they're very blunt, they're very straight to the point, they're very serious people, they're very strong-minded people. These are people that get shit done. These are the people that they can see a task and they can put goals. They have goals, they have ambition, and they can work on it slowly but surely to get to it. Now, the women with Venus and Virgo, Venus in a woman's chart rules her love nature, how she views love, and how she charms a man or a woman, how she goes about expressing her love. So having Venus in Virgo, these women are very critical in their love nature. They don't just let anyone in so easily. They're not the type of people that like to just go out and mess with people and flirt around and be so chaotic in love. They may do it for fun, but at the end of the day, for just shits and giggles. But for the end of the day, like when they really want to settle down with someone, they have to really take their time. They have to know you. You guys have to be really good friends. They have to really get to know who you are as a person, and they want to be able to have a partner where they can see the growth in them, just by talking to them and just by understanding like what it is that they want in a relationship or in their future. So they'll go off that, like, okay, this person may not be all the way put together right now, but I know that if we come together, we'll work together to make something. Or even this person is just working on themselves on their own. That's the kind of love they bring, and that's the kind of love they like to see. So these people are very caring in love. They like to serve. They're very sexy women, but they do it in a very modest way. These are the type of women, when they wear lingerie, it's just something very simple and sexy. It's not something that's over the top or anything that is super bedazzled out. Depending on your rising sign and all that, it can change. But for the most part, they're very elegant women. Their makeup very simple. They're very good nurturers. They like to express themselves in a very practical way. If they feel a certain way about you, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for them to come out verbally and say it. So their love nature, it might just sound like it's a bit harsh, or it's not harsh, but they're just like to the point. Like they're not so emotional in love. They're more so about just telling you how they feel, and it may take a while for them to really express that and be open, because these people feel like they're not loved, and they just always grew up feeling like you know, love has always kind of been a battle. Like, it's never been something straightforward, you know. They never really had a good example, because their whole entire love nature is in a sunken place. Especially, you got to pay attention to what house this Venus is in. But for the most part, they have a hard time like verbally expressing it. So their love nature, like most earth signs, they do it in a practical way, in a way that really shows you how they feel. So if you're with a Venus in Virgo, or you are a Venus in Virgo female especially, pay attention to what you do. But also, if you're on the receiving end of this energy, just pay attention to how these people act, because that's a way to get a clue as to how they truly feel. But sometimes the thing with this is that sometimes people want to hear how you feel, you know. They don't want to always guess all the time and be having to think like, does this person really like me? Like, why do they keep critiquing me? Like, they're picking me apart, but does that really mean they love me? Like, are they just being mean? You know, so you have to know thyself in order to explain to people why is it that you're like this. And so for the men with this Venus placement, this Venus in a man's chart rules the type of woman that he likes, and it also rules his charm, you know, what his basic charm is. And so for a man with this Venus placement, he's gonna show that he's very hardworking, and he's also gonna like a girl that's very hardworking. These men like women that are athletic, you know. They like women that are very active in their life, women that are working on something, women that are very practical, stable women that use their mind, you know, women that is very self-aware, a woman that knows who she is basically, and you know, someone that is very kind, very serving, someone that's devoted to their friends and family. Men with this Venus placement also attract relationships that slowly but surely teach them love, you know, because they don't really, having this Venus placement, and especially in a man's chart, you know, his love nature might be a little bit messed up. Like, he may not know how to express himself in love, and throughout life you'll like attract Venus and Pisces type people, or you will attract like people that just show you how to be a little bit more emotional. And sometimes it may be uncomfortable for you to deal with this, but it's just to balance out your own Venus placement, to help heal you. So having this Venus placement as a man or as a woman, you know, it's just important to watch how other people love. It's important to read up about other Venus signs, just so you can know how to move and maneuver with this energy, because it's not really an expressive energy. Like, Venus likes to be expressive and just be open about how she feels. So yeah, men with this placement, you do like women that are just very tidy, you know, very put together. And I've said that already, but it's just to emphasize that you like women that the homies won't really know too much about. Like, she don't have her whole facts all over Instagram. Like, you can't go to her Twitter and just find people blasting her through the dirt. Like, you like women that she comes off as like virgin, like, you know, like you like women that are ladies in the streets and freak in the sheets type women, you know. Comment that down below if I'm on point, because I know I am. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for Venus in Virgo. This is a challenging placement for Venus to be in, but it's just important to work on verbally expressing your love. But you guys are gonna still be critical about it. You're still gonna have to think very long if you want to really let people in, and that's completely fine. I have my North Node in Virgo, and all the other planets behind it is in my South Node. It's Venus and Jupiter in Pisces. So I know that it's important to put up boundaries, but having too much boundaries up is what's gonna stop the flow of love, which Pisces naturally brings, which is your opposite sign. So it's just important to learn from Venus and Pisces people like me, or people you know, where their Venus is in a water sign, or more or Taurus, you know, more free-flowing love nature to understand how to really open up in love and still be able to set certain boundaries, but not those boundaries that's gonna just constrict your overall love nature and, you know, just stifle the energy and create chaotic situations and unhappiness within your own self, because you have to understand you're the holder of this placement. So you're giving this energy out and you're also attracting this energy. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have for this video. If you guys like this video and you watch all the way to the end, make sure that you go ahead and spam me with some star emojis, because like I said, you guys are all stars and we have a life on the 4th, 5th, 6th and above dimensions, and it's time that we tap into that. And if you did subscribe to my channel, I hope that you did turn on the notification bell so that you know exactly when I upload a video. And thank you for subscribing. Make sure you go watch other videos, and I will see you in another one. Mwah. Peace. I'm the one that makes it rain. Better ask, ain't on my name. Damn, she Jamaican on her way to fame. If I say that means bitch, I ain't play no game.